Okay, come, let's start. Okay, although it's a Sec 3 EMath paper, but there are questions. It could be that some school already learn in Sec 2, or some school haven't even learned. They will only learn in Sec 4 and stuff like that. Okay, different school teach differently. So let's start off with this one. So this one actually, I should say this is algebraic fraction. Okay, question 1 is actually learned in Sec 2 Express. Okay, but of course in Sec 3 you will still be tested for Sec 1 and Sec 2. So you will see the question. Okay, good. Okay, learning never end. Even when you're at 70 years old, you can still learn. And ending never stop. Okay, come, let's do this question. So I'm going to write this here. So 9ky plus 6kx minus 6hy. Good. Okay, you get A2 is good for you. So minus 4hx over 12x squared minus 27y squared. So when they ask you to simplify this algebraic fraction, they ask you to simplify it to the lowest term. So the concept is just like, for example, when in primary school or even normal fractions, 2 over 4. When you want to simplify it, you know that it's become half, right? So actually what we are trying to do is we factorize 2 is 2 times 1, 4 is 2 times 2. So you cancel the common factor 2 and you end up become 1 and 2. So algebraic fraction is the same concept. Okay, you need to factorize it. Okay, you need to factorize it. So you need to factorize the numerator, you need to factorize the denominator. So look at the numerator. How do you factorize? It's 4 terms. So 4 terms, the only way to factorize is by grouping terms. Okay, so what we're going to do is group. For this case, it's group 2 by 2. Sometimes it's group 3 by 1, so it depends. This is just group 2 by 2. So what I'm going to do is, first 2, take out common factor 3k. I will left with 3y, then plus 2x. Okay, you can always rainbow back and see whether you get back the same thing. Okay, these last two terms, I'm going to take out common factor negative 2h. So I will left with 3y. Okay, common mistake, kids. Common mistake is students will put minus here. Okay, they put here this way. But this is wrong. You see, if I'm going to rainbow back, minus times plus, I get minus, correct. But negative times negative doesn't give me negative. So this is supposed to be a plus. Okay, this is supposed to be a plus. So now look at this. Okay, don't forget my denominator. So the denominator, how do I factorize the denominator first? Okay, this one is 2 terms. Always ask yourself whether you can take out common factor first or not. So I'm going to take out 3, yes, only 3. So take out 3 first. You're left with 4x squared minus 9y squared. So then this bracket, how do you factorize? It's using the a squared minus b squared. So this is the popular factorization method, which will become a plus b and a minus b. Okay? See, this is the popular method. So this 4x squared minus 9y squared, how do I factorize? So it's supposed to be something squared minus something squared, right? So what times what give you 4x squared? It will be 2x. What times what give you 9y squared? 3y. So you know this will be 2x plus 3y and 2x minus 3y. Okay? So come back to here. So at the same time, the numerator, I can also take out the common factor already. So if you notice, both this term and this term has 2x plus 3y. So I'm going to write it as 2x plus 3y, open bracket, 3k minus 2h. Denominator, just now we already said on the right hand side here, we know that it's going to bring to these 2 brackets. But don't forget that I still have a 3. So it's 3 bracket, and it's supposed to be 2x plus 3y and 2x minus 3y. Okay, so then after that we will cancel the common factor. So you can see that 2x plus 3y, 2x plus 3y. Okay, cancel the common factor, cancel this. So I will left with, the numerator left with 3k minus 2h over 3 bracket 2x minus 3y. Okay. Why, it seems like a lot of people being blocked today. Why? You're too free on a Sunday, is it? Come and disturb for people learning math here, is it? Please be considerate to let those people who learn math to learn the math properly. If you're not, you don't want to learn the math, you can just swipe away, go to another channel. Don't disturb. Okay, so this will be question 1A. Okay, Thanks for helping me to like and share. Thank you. Okay, help me to like and share so that you will reach out to more students learning the math together. Huh? Okay. What's wrong? Shi Yun, why is it that you have a sad face there? Okay, so this is question 1A. Next, solving the equation. Okay. So over here is 3 over 2 minus y minus 1 over 3y plus 4 equals to, I'm going to put 5 over 1. So how are you going to solve this equation? Okay, is always make it, when it's an equation, you always make both sides single fraction. Hi. Okay, so left hand side is not single fraction, so you're supposed to make it into a single fraction. Look at the denominator. 2 minus y is like one term. 3y plus 4 is like one term. Okay, so that means it's the same thing like, for example, if I have 3 over 5 minus 1 over 3. So if you want to combine this into a single fraction, I want to make into the same denominator, correct? So I know, let's say I know 15. So this one will be times 3 times 3, this one will be times 5 times 5. Yes, good. Thanks, Isaac. So over here, you want to make it into the same denominator. That means this 3 must multiply with 3y plus 4. So I will put 3y plus 4 minus 1 rainbow with this 2 minus y. Okay, so what I did was times 3y plus 4 times 3y plus 4 times 2 minus y times 2 minus y. Don't forget your denominator. Okay, you see I always use a ruler lah, easy. So below become 2 minus y and 3y plus 4 equals to 5 over 1. Yes, it's free. TikTok live is free one. Okay. So you can learn them. Okay, but I'm not done yet. I only did the first part. Wait, give me a while. So I'm going to fold the paper. If not, you all cannot see. You cannot see behind. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, let's simplify the numerator. So by now you all should know how to rainbow. This one times this one will be 9y. This one times this one plus 12. This one times this one is minus 2. This one times this one. See, negative times negative. Negative times negative is plus. 1 times y is y. Okay, so the whole thing, 2 minus y and 3y plus 4 equals to 5 over 1. So let's simplify the top. 9y plus y is 10y. Plus 12 minus 2 is plus 10. So I'm going to cross multiply. So this 5 will rainbow with 2 minus y and 3y plus 4. So now, look at here. Okay, although it's simple, but just let you know, this 5 only can multiply to either one of the bracket. Okay, you either can rainbow these two, then after that multiply by the 5. Or you want to multiply the 5 into one of them, also can. So let's say I want to multiply the 5 to the first bracket. So it becomes 10 minus 5y rainbow with 3y plus 4. So let's do our rainbow. This one times this one, 30y. This one times this one, plus 40. This one times this one, minus 15y squared. This one times this one is minus 20y. No change, no change, no change, and no change. Okay, so now you can see that this is a quadratic equation because I can see a square, y squared. So we're going to throw everything to the left hand side. Throw everything to the left hand side. So it becomes minus 15y squared, throw will become 15y squared. Okay, here got 10y, so plus 10y. 30y throw over is minus 30y. Minus 20y throw over become plus 20y. Okay, number plus 10 here. This one plus 40 throw over minus 40. No more number, so equals to 0. Okay, and when I simplify this, what do I get? I left with 15y squared. 10y minus 30 plus 20 give you 0. This give you 0. So I end up no more y. Okay? Then after that, I will have minus 30. So minus 30 equals to 0. So how are we going to solve this? 15y squared equals to 30. Y squared equals to 30 divided by 15, which is 2. So how do you solve this one? This one just square root. So take note, square root 2, you have plus minus. So you have plus minus 1.414. Round off will be plus minus 1.41. Round off to 3SF. So, Yong Xiang, what I mean by hard? Are you listening or just disturbing? Which level are you at? Okay, I will only repeat to genuine students. If you all need me to repeat the explanation, I will repeat. But if I know that you are just disturbing, then please don't disturb the class. Okay, so anyone need me to explain this part again? If not, I will move on to the next question. All good. No response means it's all okay. Okay, good. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so now let's see what's my next question. Okay, this is EMath. Okay, so now let's take a look at this one. Okay, so Mr. Tan bought 20 books for $100, 15 of which were then sold at $3.50 each, while the rest for X dollar each. So if Mr. Tan make a profit of 7.5%, find X. Okay, so first, my cost price is how much? My cost price is $100 because that is how much Mr. Tan took out to buy the 20 books. So that's our cost price, $100. So if Mr. Tan make a profit of 7.5%, I can actually find out how much he actually received. Correct or not? So of course, $100 is the 100%. So with the profit of 7.5%, I can just, okay, so you know that 100% is $100. I want to find the 107.5%. This is the amount that I collected, okay? After he sell the book, of course. 100 over 100, then multiply by 107.5, so we know it will be 107.5. So we multiply by 7.5. If you multiply by 7.5, it's only finding the profit. But I want to find out how much Mr. Tan collect after selling all the books. Okay, the amount that you collect will have to include the amount that you so-called recover for your cost price. So you actually multiply by 107.5. If you find 7.5 is only the profit. Understand? Okay, so this will be the amount that you receive after selling all the books. And so-called minus away the 100, you know that actually I earned $7.50. Okay, so this will be the amount that he collects. So let's find out. 15 sold at $3.50 means that I will collect 15 multiplied by $3.50. The balance book, because 20 books minus 15, so there's only balance of 5 books. These 5 books sold at X dollar each, so it's plus 5X. So this is the amount that he collects. So I shall equal this to 107.50 cents. So what I do is just do, this one is 52.50 plus 5x equals to 107.5. So 5x is equals to 107.5 minus 52.5. 5x is equals to 55. And I know my x is 11. Done. Okay, so this one seems easy, but common mistake is students always very confused with cost price, selling price, you know, about the net, about the profit, about the amount received. Okay, you just need to know that, okay, I took out from my pocket $100 to buy the books. So if I sell the books and receive, I have to do my homework first, You see, I do my homework first. I already know the numbers. I already did the numbers, okay? Because if I'm going to do the calculation here, 1.5 hours is definitely not enough for me, Okay, so okay, see what I'm trying to say. See, you disturb me. I'm trying to say cost price. Yeah, I mean as in if I took out $100 to buy the books, so if I sell the books and only receive back $100, that means actually I'm wasting my time. I never make even a single profit. Alright. So if they say that this guy make a profit of 7.5%, it means that he will actually collect more than $100. So we find the 7.5%. I have to include the 100%. Where do you get the 107? I take 100 plus 7.5. 100% is the cost price plus the profit 7.5%. That's how I get 107.5. Yes, profit of 7.5. Okay? Okay, so I know that I have to collect y by y. Glitter gold, what I mean by why? If you're not going to state your question properly, I'm going to just ignore the question. Okay, so kids, can I go on? Can I proceed? Do you need me to explain any part of the question? Why must add 7.5? Because you have a profit of 7.5%. So that means he actually take 107.5%. Hello, Minecraft. Okay, so I will move on. Profit 7.5%, so add 7.5. That's why I get 107.5. Okay, let's go on. Next is the hire purchase. So hire purchase is a commonly asked question, which is a very real life kind of a question. Because next time when you all grow up, when you all start to earn your own money and buy your own stuff, you will have this installment or hire purchase plan. Okay, most kids nowadays the parents pay now, correct? You all won't know. But when you go out to work and when you start to have your family, you will have to know how to plan your finance. So you need to know how to calculate the hire purchase. Don't just leave it to the retail to tell you, oh, pay this much, and then you blah just pay. If they make the wrong calculation, you also pay the money. So let's see. A set of dining table costs 1,002. So Mr. Tan paid by hire purchase with a deposit of 10% and made a monthly installment with 3% simple interest charged per annum for 2 years. How much was the monthly installment? So few terms that I need to highlight is, first is, it is simple interest. Per annum means it's per year. Okay, so usually for this one, I will draw I break into two parts. So this dining table costs 1,002. Of course, if you have enough cash, you pay 1,002 net, no extra money, just 1,002, bring back the dining table and use, full stop, end of story. But if let's say you're moving house, you need to buy a lot of items. Maybe you don't have so much cash. So you want to buy the items by hire purchase or installment plan. It's the same meaning. Then you will have to use this hire purchase. So this hire purchase for this dining table is, they want you to pay a deposit of 10%. That means you need to pay 10% first. So this 10%, which is $120, the 90% means that, oh, okay, I want to pay the 90% by installment. That means you still own the shop 90% of the 1,002, which is 1,080. Okay. Finishing at 6:30. Today is 5 p.m. to 6:30. Okay. %3 is additional money need pay after 1,002. Yes, correct. And it's per year. Yes, correct. Okay, so that's simple interest. So you see, this person already paid 120. Okay. Then after that, still own the shop 1,080. Then I have to use the simple interest formula. So simple interest formula, I is equals to PRT over 100. PRT over 100. So P represents the principal. So in other words, principal is this one, because this is the amount that owned to the company. That means I'm going to base on 1,080 to calculate the interest. So it will be 1,080. The rate is 3. The T is the number of years, which is 2 years, over 100. So I will get $64.80. So kids, be careful, is this formula is I. I means it's the interest. This is only the interest, not how much you need to pay in total to the shop. You have to pay in total to the shop 1,080 plus the interest. So over here, 1,080 plus the interest is how much you have to give it to the shop. The whole thing divided by, because it's a monthly installment. So 2 years, 1 year got 12 months, so of course it's 2 times 12. Okay. And over here, after you press the calculator, blah, 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 you get $47.70. Okay, so it's $47.70. Can? Okay, so $47.70 is how much he has to pay monthly to the shop, installment. So in total, can someone tell me in total for this dining table, this person pay how much? This person pay how much? Can someone tell me pay how much in total? No one know the answer. How much this person have to pay for the dining table? Yes, well done. 1,002 plus 64.80. So in other words, although this person, they give them the convenience to pay by installment, but of course, the downside is he has to pay an extra of $64.80. Okay? So this is how hire purchase work. If you have 1,002, of course pay 1,002. Don't pay this extra 64.80. So common mistake for this question, although it's simple, is students happily take 64.80 divided by 24 months. Then I say, wow, if you're going to be the boss of this shop, you're going to go bankrupt soon because you did not collect back your 1,080. You only charge your client 64.80 and $120 for a dining table that you sell at 1,002. Okay, you go bankrupt soon. Okay, so please make sure to take note to always add back to the principal amount and then divide by 24 months for this case. Okay, this one easy. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so this one is a similarity congruency question. Okay, so in this question, okay, over here, there's the typo, not typo lah. Actually, the sometimes school paper might accidentally have some error. So this question is supposed to be a isosceles trapezium. So isosceles trapezium means is this side and this side is equal. These two sides are equal. Okay, so over here, show that the triangle AEB is similar to triangle CED. Okay, show that the triangle AEB is similar to triangle CED. So let's take a look. So because of the parallel line, so I know Z, this angle and this angle is equal. So a lot of students know that, oh, okay, I know how to say that they are equal, blah, blah, blah. But how am I going to write it in presentation? So we will say angle B, see, BAE. So I say angle BAE. Please make sure you follow the sequence. You see, BAE. So over here, DCE. Make sure the alphabet order is correct. This is equal, you have to give the reason. It's because it is alternate angle and it's due to AB and DC parallel. So you will say AB parallel with DC. Okay? So this, I prove one pair of angles are equal. Next is the other alternate. So this side and this side, Z again, they are the same. So again, we will say angle ABE. So ABE. Again, follow the alphabet order. ABE. So that means is CDE. And again, you will say this is because alternate angle and AB parallel with DC. So actually, you only need to state two statements. Okay? And then you can say it's using AA property. So I'm going to write, you can use the third one, which is the vertically opposite as well. Okay? So over here, you say AEB. Angle AEB is equals to angle CED. This is vertically opposite. Vertically opposite angles. So I'm going to put here, you can just state any two. State any two of it. Any two. Okay. And after that, you have to state the last statement. Therefore, triangle AEB is similar to triangle CED. Take note, you cannot use this one. This one you use for congruent, not similar. So for similar, you need to spell out similar. Understand? So this is done. And of course, not forgetting to state this is because of AA property. Okay, so this is one way to prove the similar triangle. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, next is they want us to state the two pairs of congruent triangle in the diagram. So now let's take a look over here. Okay, cannot see here. So I have this triangle and this triangle is congruent. So kids, take a look. They only say name two pair. They did not ask you to prove. So you don't need to say why is it that they are congruent. You understand? You don't have to state why they are congruent. Just state the two pairs of the congruent triangle. So I know that ADC and BCD, they are congruent. Why? Because they have a common base CD and this one they are equal. So they already have two sides are equal. So if two sides are equal and they have a same angle over here, that means it's already congruent. Congruent is same shape, same size. Similarity is same shape, different size. Understand? So over here, I already can say, I can state one pair already. So one pair, it will be triangle ADC. Okay, is congruent. Congruent can use this line, three line. Congruent to triangle BCD. And please make sure your alphabet is in the order. Look over here. ADC. If you use A, you have to state D first. D is referring to C. So you have to ADC BCD. Okay? Hi Yong. Yes, a bit late, but I think should be okay. For today's questions, I think the important part is, you very zun, you very accurate. Today's questions, I think the part behind the area 1, as well as the further trigo, which is a killer topic for most students. Okay. And then the bearing part. Okay, and the last question will be the graph question. So not bad, you just come in is fine. I'm going Sec 3E next year, taking A and EMath along with triple science. Kind of nervous. Don't worry, as in there will be definitely a time whereby you need to adjust to it. Just make sure that just to share just to say today my usual own tuition teaching lesson. Today I have two students. Okay, kids, you all listen carefully here. This is a survival thing, okay? It's so-called what I call study smart, also play smart. What I'm trying to say is, okay, during school when teacher teach you all, okay, you all always listen. Then you all listen, you all understand, that's it, full stop. Then you all tell us, okay, I understand, then you all move on. Okay, but you must remember that the point at the instant you understand, okay, it's very important that you shall put in your own words, on your notes, on your textbook, okay, whatever the teacher have explained, put it in your own words and explain and write it down in your textbook and notebook. That's very important. Why? Because today the teacher explained to me, yes, I understand. But what makes you think that 2 weeks later or even 2 months later when I'm doing revision, when I flip to that question and I look at the question, what makes you think that you will remember? 99% of the chance that you will forget. Agree? And then you say, oh my god, I remember the teacher explained to me this question. Right? You always have this problem, right? Yes, I remember the teacher explained this question. But I forgot. Right now. Because you all never write down the notes. So it's very important that when you understand at the instant, write in your own words, in your notebook, in your textbook. Teacher Kangie last time never revise, always revise one. But I will always listen attentive in class. Okay? And then after that, you must write down the notes. Write down the notes in your own words. I always write down my notes in my own words. So my notes always a lot of words one. Then after that, when revision come, I go home there and never study. Only during exam then I start to revise. Then I take out my book. I refer to my own notes. I remember what the teacher say. Then I know how to revise. Not blaming myself and say, I forget. How? Forget. You think the teacher will explain to you? Again? Hello? How is your holiday? Okay, so triangle, that will never work for A level though. No, who say it will not work? It works for everything. So today I was just talking to my boyfriend. It's the same thing. The kind... no need to study already, huh? Okay, I want to say, you see, even I was talking to my boyfriend, we're discussing about this thing. When you go out to work, same thing. A senior, let's say you go in, the senior going to train you on something, going to learn something new. You're going to learn something new. And then after that, you imagine you are as a newbie, you go over. Then after you're supposed to train this young guy. Then after that, you never write. Some people are 天才, never believe in that. It's about the attitude. Let me explain this thing to you and then you understand what I mean. When you go to a new job, okay, senior is supposed to train you. So you go to the senior and then the senior say, okay, now I'm going to teach you how to do this. Then you go there empty-handed. Then you just stand there. Then you wait for the teacher to teach you. Not teacher. You wait for the senior to teach you. Then the senior look at you. You don't need to take notebook. Just imagine you reply, no need, I will remember. Firstly, your impression already failed, okay? I can guarantee you, 2 weeks later when you are supposed to do the work and you don't know how to do and you approach your senior will tell you, I thought you said you will remember what, so I don't have to repeat lah. Your senior will definitely tell you this, I tell you. Okay? So, attitude is very important. You should take a notebook, go to the senior, write notes. Okay? Go and show the senior that, okay, you teach me how, okay, I write notes. Then after that, even 2 weeks later, even if really you forget how to do it, although the thing is on a notebook, you go and approach your senior and ask the senior, can you teach me how to do this again? I forget about this portion. I can guarantee you the senior will teach you again. Why? Because the previous time you already got good attitude. You understand? So this brings you long way. You have to learn how to take down your own notes. Be it study now, JC, secondary school, JC or uni or whatever. At work also the same thing. So, okay, enough of my low suo thing. Okay, please block the, thank you for blocking the Fu Ji Zai, okay? Because he's being rude, okay? No vulgar language in my platform. Not seniors are rude lah. As in like, because in the first place, the junior did not show respect and did not show that he or she has good attitude, right? So it's normal for senior to say that, wow, I teach you don't want to take down notes, then now you want me to repeat. Of course, we will not be happy, ma. It's a normal thing, it's a human thing, okay? Okay, come. Let's go on to the second. Trigonometry can be used on both right angle and non-right angle triangle, right? It depends on what formula. If you are talking about Picasso is used for right angle triangle. Sine rule, cosine rule is used for non-right angle triangle. So both are called trigonometry. You understand? So, but they have their own set of formula. Can? Galaxy, do you understand what I mean? Young, because I've been out to the work life before, so I know how work life works lah. Okay? Is teaching your full-time job? Yes, I teach this full-time for 10 years already. Okay? So let's continue. So now this is the first pair. So my second pair, let's take a look at the diagram. So I have another congruent triangle, which is this one. This shape. Okay? So this one I just very fast just state the triangle. So that will be A, B, E. So you'll be triangle AED congruent with triangle BEC. So no need to state reason for that question. You know why? Because they only say name two pair. So they did not ask you to show. The show one is like this one. show that the triangle blah 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 is similar to blah blah blah, then you need to state the reason. Or show that the triangle is congruent to blah blah blah, then you need to state the reason. But this one only asks you to name the two pairs, so don't need to show the reason. Understand? Okay, so this is the second pair. There's a third pair. Actually, the third pair is this one. This, and this. So why is it that they are the same? It's because first they have a common side 12, and the BC and the AD is equal. Two sides are already equal. Okay? So it means that they are congruent. And then this one, and this one, and this one is equal. Okay? So over here, and just now we already know that this one they are equal, this and this is equal. So two sides are equal, one angle is already the same, so that means they are congruent. So the third pair is, triangle ABC congruent with triangle BAD. But take note, they only ask for two pairs, correct? So you just state any two of these. Any two will do. Okay, this one done. Let's move on. Done for that part. But I'm going to do the area. I'm going to do the area. So, kids, this is given that the area of triangle CED is 15 cm square. So, how are we going to do the triangle AEB? So, if you recall, CED and AEB, they are similar triangle. Remember? So I'm going to state here, triangle AEB similar to triangle CED. So we're going to use the area of similar triangle. Understand? So I state here, why is that so is, I want to put the length ratio accordingly. So AE, okay, first two letter over CE is equals to EB over ED equals to AB over CD. Okay, so I always put the alphabet order is very important. Okay, put the 3 ratio. Once you put the 3 ratio already, what do you do? Okay, because I have the length of CD and AB, so it's over here. But if I'm going to put 12 over 6, I end up being 2. Am I the only parent watching this? I also don't know. Maybe there are. Because I have friends who tell me that the husband also watch my math questions. He said he also enjoy watching the math, although he graduated long time ago. Okay, so AB over CD, I'm going to write the other way around. So CD over AB will be 6 cm out of 12, which will be half. So you know that the length ratio for the small triangle and the big triangle is 1 out of 2. Length ratio. But we are talking about area. So I'm going to take A1 over A2 is equals to half and square it. So it's 1 out of 4. Okay, 1 out of 4. Hello, Woody Berry. Yeah, you are late. But never mind, I haven't go through the star question for the day, which is the further trigo. Okay. Okay, so I know that the small triangle is 1 unit for area. The big triangle is 4 unit for area. So it means that this small triangle is 15. Is the last statement a formula? Where? Which part? Okay, so I'm going to put the 15 out of A2 is equals to 1/4. So my A2 will just be 15 times 4, which is 60 cm squared. So that will be the area of the big triangle. Okay, 60 cm squared. A1 over A2, yes, it's a formula. It is the area volume of similar solid. So area 1 over area 2 is using the length ratio square it. So similar triangle is also similar solid. So yes. Okay. So in this case, I know my A2, it's blah blah blah. But to play safe, because A2, the teacher may ask you, what is A2? Okay, then you got to state triangle AEB. Thanks, Sishiki, for following, although you are a parent. Thanks for your support. Okay, but you never know lah. Maybe you help me to like, help me to follow me. Maybe my video will go to your friends who have kids, you know, stuff like that. Then they can benefit from my math videos as well. Triangle AEB will be equals to 60 cm squared because we are answering to the question ma. So just put this. All good? And the trapezium part a bit tricky. Okay, you are supposed to find the area of this trapezium. Hi. Hey, here's my diagram. This one, this trapezium. So how are you going to find this area? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, for myself is, I know I want to take half times A plus V times height. But my question is, I don't know what is the height of my trapezium. Agree? So I need to find. So what I can do is, since I have the area of the small triangle, I have the area of the big triangle, and I have their respective base. So what I can do is, I just use half times base times height to find the two height. Add them together, it will be the height of the trapezium. Is this exam paper or test paper? Got difference, meh? Okay. So, over here, isn't exam paper and test paper the same? I'm very confused. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, the small triangle, I will write half times base, which is a 6, times h1 is equals to 15. So by doing this, my h1 will be 5 cm. Then I have the big triangle, which is half times the 12 times the h2, which is equals to 60. And I know that my h2 is 10 cm. So with this, I know this is 5, this is 10. I know my height of the trapezium will be 15. Okay? So my height of the trapezium will be 10 plus 5, which is 15 cm. So then now I'm ready to find my area of the trapezium. So area of trapezium, okay, will just be half multiplied by 12 plus 6 multiplied by the height, which is 15, and we get 135. Done. Okay, so that's how I find my area of trapezium. So any question on this area and area of triangle and area of trapezium? Anyone has question on this? On how I find the height? No question? I just take half times base, half times 6 times h1 equals to the 15. And then I find my h1. It's just take 15 divided by the half times 6. Then I take half times 12 times the height 2 equals to the 60. Then I take h2 divided by, h2 equals to 60 divided by half times 12, I get 10. So this is 10, this is 5, add them together, it will be 15. All good? Okay, we're going to go to the further trigo question. No response means all understand, Choo choo. This is the further trigo. So if some students say cannot see properly, either you use the desktop, okay? Desktop can use browser and go to TikTok one. Okay, just go TikTok.com, I think, yeah. TikTok.com/@Teacher Kangie. Then you will go to my account. Then you can click my live video. You can see clearer from desktop. Okay, all good. Can I start? Can I do question 3? I make it look so simple. Yeah, I make it simple so that you all can understand, Hopefully, you all learn from the questions. Okay, let's do question 3, which is the further trigo. Okay, further trigo is a very fun topic lah. But most students always cannot understand this topic. So here involve a lot of non-right angle triangle. So when it involve non-right angle triangle, it means that I need to focus on using sine rule and cosine rule. Understand? Okay, let's do it. So they asked me to find angle ABC. So ABC is this angle over here. So how am I going to find this angle is, let's look at the triangle ABC. First of all, it's a non-right angle triangle. So I need to use either sine rule or cosine rule. So it depending on what you have. So you can see from here. Okay. Please help me to like and share. Help me to like and share first before I continue. I feel that my thing like hanging like that. Okay, help me to like and share first. Let me drink water first. Here I'm using the TikTok bottle. So, what level? Are you Sec 3? Sec 3, yes, learn a lot of trigo, as in start to learn, some people learn in Sec 2 lah, the Picasso, sine rule, cosine rule, properties of circle, arc length and sector area, yes. So Sec 3 is a lot of angles and triangle questions. So over here, let's take a look. So I have one angle here, so I can use sine rule, because I can just put 120 over, see over sine 110. Sine 110 degree is equals to 80 over, look at the opposite angle. So I can label this as theta. So this is this. So 80 over sine theta. So you can see that actually this is an equation whereby the unknown is sine theta. In fact, I want to find theta lah. Just make sine theta the subject first. So cross multiply, I want to solve my sine theta. That will give me 80 times sine 110 degree divided by 120. So of course this one you can press the calculator. Make sure you are in the degree mode because your 110 is degree. Understand? Okay. Help me to share and like and invite more friends to join in the TikTok live. Okay. Okay, fraction 80 sine 110 close over 120. Okay, and that will give me 0.62646. So my theta will be equals to sine inverse 0.62646. So just key sine inverse 0.62646 and we will get 38.7894 degree. Okay. Okay, then after that, for angles round off to 1 dp, so it will be 38.8 degree, 1 dp. Okay, so that's the answer for this one. So of course, because they asked for angle ABC, right? So I state angle ABC. So that is only this part. And remember to update the diagram and always put the long value. So I'm going to put here 38.7894. Don't put 38.8. Because after that, when you're going to use this part, you need to use long numbers. You cannot use rounded off number to do calculation. Okay, so that's for this part. Next, bearing. Okay, what is bearing of B from A? So a lot of students always don't know how to get the bearing. So very important. They want bearing of B from A. So I will go to my point A, so-called put the North Pole there. Put the North Pole. What EMath is that? This is Sec 3E EMath, Sec 3E. Okay, Singapore Math. Okay, so over here, this is my North Pole. And then let's find the line AB. Line AB is here. So actually what they want is this angle over here. Yes, it's Singapore Math. Okay, yes, 15 years old. Yeah, nice one, correct. So over here, I want to find this. How am I going to find this is using interior angle. You see, here got two parallel lines. If I want to find this, I find here first. So how do I find here? Easy, because 360 minus 215 minus 38.7894, I can find this angle over here. So how do you write it in the presentation? So you will say angle NBA is equals to 360 minus 215 and minus 38.7895. Why this one is 95, this one 94? Okay, I put 94. 94, Okay, so after that, let's see. So it will be 360 minus 215 minus 38.7894. So I will get 106.2106 degrees. But that's not my final answer. This one is only this part. So I just update the diagram, 106.2106 degrees. I want this side. So I will say, okay, bearing of B from A will be 180 minus 106.2106. And that will give us 073.78. I want to see my calculator again. 180 minus this, 94. So bearing must put so-called 3 digit. So we know that 73 is 2 digits, so I need to put a 0 there. And it's still an angle, so it still round off to 1 dp. So it should be 073.8 degree. 1 dp. Done. Can? Okay, next. Update diagram. My diagram 73.7894 degree. Okay, the length bx. Okay, see the length bx. Let's take a look at the diagram again. See, so difficult to teach and squeeze all inside here. Now the diagram. I need to find Bx now over here. Okay, I need to find Bx. So how am I going to find? Okay, I have 89, I have 120, I don't have the third side. But I have this side, opposite angle. So in this case, I will use cosine rule. So a lot of times students ask me, how do I know when do I use sine rule, when do I use cosine rule? Basically, there's only two formulas, sine rule or cosine rule. Okay, sine rule is easier to use. You can actually plug in the sine rule formula, see whether enough information for you to find. Because given any three information, you can find the fourth information. If you don't have enough information, that means you only have one way, means cosine rule, right? It's not like you have 15 for you to choose. You only have two formulas to choose. So as long as we know that it's non-right angle triangle, linked to sine rule, cosine rule. Okay? So I'm going to use cosine rule. So over here, bx, so I will write it as bx square. Okay, bx square equals to 89 square plus 120 square minus 2, 89 and 120. Okay, cosine, this is the unknown length I want, the opposite is 21, so it's 21 degree. So my bx, simply just square root the whole thing. So I'm not going to copy, just right here. Okay, and then after that, press the calculator, and that will give us 48.782, round off to 3SF, 48.8 meter. 3SF. Okay, so that is the length bx. OCD, wait. Okay? Minecraft never study. Go more shopping are you? I must learn this by today. Yes, further trigo. Yong, further trigo is actually easy. Practice make perfect. Trust me. It's fun. I love trigo. Okay? So, let's move on. And if you all want more further trigo question, can go to my YouTube. I think I got teach further trigo. Okay? I mean, I got teach further trigo. There's quite a few questions of further trigo in my YouTube channel. Okay, next, you want to find the area of triangle ABC. Don't know what, but here to learn. It's okay. Today you listen, maybe you only understand a bit. But it's okay. The more you listen, slowly you will increase the percentage. Oh, today I understand 30%, it's fine. The next time you hear the same question, oh, I will understand 50%. Then you will keep improving. Yes, I want you all to know, hey, A1 students, agree. I also go shopping for my hamster just now. Wow. Okay. Chloe. Yeah. So, over here, don't forget to update. Just now we solved our BX, right? So, put it in the diagram first. So, it's 48.782. So, now we are supposed to find the area of triangle ABC. What is weird symbol stuff? Is it the theta? Okay, that's angle, theta. Okay, they call it theta. Okay, so area of triangle. Okay, kids, you all know that area of triangle is half times base times height. You always half times base times height, half times base times height. But half times base times height is only for using it when you have perpendicular height, right? You only use it when perpendicular height. Yes. Okay, so, but there is no right angle triangle in this question. This triangle. So, I'm going to use the non-right angle triangle formula to find the area of triangle. So, the formula is half AB sine C. Okay, I'm going to draw the triangle here. So, let's say I label this as ABC. Okay, this diagram is not linked to the diagram that in front. I just want to explain this formula a bit. So, big A opposite, this is the length A. Big B opposite, this is the length B. C opposite is small c. So when they say half AB sine C, so what is the rule to use this formula? Okay, when you use this angle, make sure you use these two lengths. Half AB sine this angle. So in other words, the angle that you use for the triangle, area of triangle, you need to use the included angle. Okay, so it will be just equals to half 89. Sorry, use the wrong triangle. Should be half 80 and 120 sine. Now I have a bad news, because look over here. If I use this angle, I need to find the length of BC, which I don't have. But I have 120 and 80. So I want to use this angle. But I don't have it now, right? But I can find. Why? Because in this triangle, I have 110 and I have this. So I can find the third angle. So that means I need to do one additional step to find this angle. So over here, I can just write angle BAC is just 180 minus 110 and minus 38. 38.7894. So I will get, wait, let me see where's my working. So I will get 21.2105 degree. So come back to here. You know that this angle is 31.2105 degree. So over here is sine 31.2105 degree. And press calculator and you will get 2487.282. So round off to 3SF, kids. See here, 3SF. 248 is my 3SF, right? So 24. 7 tells me that I need to round up my 8. So it becomes 9. So do I put 249? Do I round it off to 249 cm square? Is that how I round it off to 3SF? You all should know how to round off to 3SF, huh? How? Can someone tell me 249 correct or not? Or what should it be? Anyone still listening in class or not? Or already dreaming? Minecraft, I thought. Minecraft, not bad, just come back for more, still very alert. Yes, we put 2490 cm square, 3SF. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, Soft. And thank you, 7567. Okay. 2736. How you get 2736? Totally not linked at all, huh? Okay, I'm going to ignore. Okay, come. The next part. Next part is the one whereby a lot of students always get very confused. Because you start to have angle of depression, angle of elevation, then you all start to cry already, huh? So, how are we going to find angle of depression? Wait, I'll put here, huh? So let's take a look at this question. A vertical tower AT stand at A. Yes, must draw diagram. For me, right, I always draw the diagram outside. Pluck out a right angle triangle. It's easier to see. So, my AT stands at A. So, let's say it's here. Later then I draw. The angle of depression of B, okay, from T is 20 degrees. Find the height of the tower. So, usually what I do is, see here, I draw this one. This is my A. This is my B. The tower, maybe I just draw like that. So, this is the tower, AT. They say the angle of depression of B from T. It means that something like you are standing here, you are looking down to B from T. Looking down means is looking here. This is the angle of depression. Okay, and the tower is of course perpendicular to the floor. Okay, so I always draw out this so that it's easier for us to see. If not, you draw from here to here, it's not easy to see the right angle triangle. So I will always draw out separately. Then let's put in the information we have. We have AB, which is 120. We have the angle 20 degrees. 20 degrees is referring to here. Take note that this and this is parallel. So Z. So here is 20, that means here is 20 degrees. So with this, I can use, you can see, this is a right angle triangle. So that means I use Tua Ka So. Thanks, Blood, for the, what's that? Candy, is it? Okay. Tua Ka So. So right angle triangle, Tua Ka So. Okay. So I have this one, 20 degrees. This is opposite. I use another color. This is opposite. This is adjacent. And this is hypotenuse. So since I want to find the tower, which is the O, and I'm given adjacent, so O and A, that means I need to use tangent. Tua. So I will say tangent 20 degrees equals to O. I can write it as AT over 120. ABD, ABT, not the angle of depression. No, ABT is angle of elevation. Angle of depression is you look down. So it's like here, you look down, angle of depression. But angle of elevation, angle of depression is the same here because it's a Z. Oh, no. This is not angle of depression. This is no. This is a common mistake. Students always say that one is angle of depression. But angle of depression is you have to say eye level you look down. Eye level you look down. Okay? You don't look from here like that up. That's not angle of depression. You understand? So, common mistake is ATP. But it is not correct. So, you cannot state this one as the angle of depression. Can? So, with this, forming this equation already, I put over 1. Cross multiply. I know my AT is 120 multiplied by tangent 20 degrees. So, that will give me 43.6764, round off to 3SF, 43.7 meter. 3SF. Okay? Can? All good. So this is, I already find my tower, height of the tower. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Okay, next part. D is a point on the BC produced such that the angle of elevation of T from D is the greatest. Calculate the angle of elevation of T from D. This is one of the questions whereby students always, what are you talking? I don't understand. Okay, so see here. Okay, this means this person, D is here. D is a point on BC produced. Produced means extended. So you can see D is here. They say that the angle of elevation of T from D. That means you are here, looking upwards to the tower. The tower was here, right? Looking upwards. Then they mentioned that it must be the greatest. So what does that mean? When they say angle of elevation to be the greatest, you just imagine in front of you is a tower. Okay, you're supposed to look up. Looking upwards is angle of elevation. So when does it define that it is greatest angle of elevation? So you just visualize the tower in front of you. The greater it is when you are the nearer to the building, right? If you are very far, you don't need to raise your head so high. But when you're very near to the building, you will have to raise your head higher. So it means greatest angle of elevation, it means that you must be closest to the building. You understand? So this is one thing you need to know. Greatest angle of elevation happens when you are the closest to the building, which is the shortest distance. Okay? Shortest distance. So with this, when does shortest distance happen? It happens when it's perpendicular. So this diagram over here, you will draw this additional line. Let's put dot, 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 dot. Okay, this is the point D, and it must be perpendicular. Understand? D, This is the time whereby the building is here. The building is here. You look upwards, it will be the greatest angle of elevation. So I will draw the diagram here. So it will look like this. Wait, So my tower is here, T and A. Dot, 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 dot. D. And here, this is the angle of elevation they asked me to find. And it must be the greatest. The tower, just now I already have it, which is 43.6764. See that I use a long number. I don't use the round off number. So of course this one again is 90 degrees. Then I need to find the angle of elevation. But the question is this one, I don't have any information. I only have one information, which is 43.6764. So how am I going to find this? I mean, how am I going to find angle of elevation when I only have one information? I can find my AD. How? Come, let's look back at this question. Do you see this diagram? AD is here, and here is 90 degrees. So actually there is a right angle triangle here. So over here is 70 degrees, because 180 minus 110 give me 70. Yes, hypotenuse is 80. Well done. So for me, I will draw out the triangle here, so for us to see easier. So this is 80, this is 70, this is A, this is D, and this is C. So I'm supposed to find this one. This AD is here, and it's also this triangle, this flat triangle. So let's find AD. This one is opposite, and this is hypotenuse. So I'm going to use O and H. That means I'm going to use SO. So sine. So over this triangle, I will use sine 70 degree equals to AD over AT. So my AD equals to 80 sine 70 degree, and that will give us 75.1754. This is length, okay, meter. So now this can plug over and put it here. So that means it's 75.1754 now. So now with this diagram, you can find angle of elevation already. You can label this as, just now I used theta already. So to strictly speaking, I don't want to use the same symbol. So usually when the same question have, I need to find another unknown angle, I will use alpha. Okay. So with this one is opposite. This one is adjacent. So I'm going to use tangent. So that means it will become tangent alpha equals to 43.6764 over 75.1754. So my alpha will be tangent inverse. This one throw inside, then press calculator. So after you press the calculator, you get 30.1562. Round it off to 1 dp because it's angle, so it's 30.2 degree. 1 dp. Done. Can? So this is the further trigo question. The behind two parts, the angle of elevation, angle of depression is the killer part, but practice make perfect. Okay, remember to go to my Telegram channel, download the worksheet, which will be uploaded by tomorrow. Yes, and today I introduced one more. I have one more team members, which is Michelle. Okay, she will be assisting to help to moderate as well. Minecraft, you have a new friend. You have a new friend. Okay, Sam will, because Sam already helping me a lot of stuff, I don't want to overwork her. Okay, so I'm getting Michelle to help in to moderate our live TikTok. Okay. Come, we still got 2 more questions. It's already 6:18. I need to faster. Yes, 3 moderator. But most likely, depends on Sam's schedule. Most likely Sam, weekend, she cannot help out. If not, later I overwork her. Of course, she loves to help. I believe she loves to help. I believe she loves to help, but I want her to have a balance of life also. Okay? Question 4. Question 4. This is a look like a scary diagram. Look like a scary diagram. 7567. Teacher Angie, I appreciate you so much. How you know I'm Angie again? I'm Teacher Kangie with a K in front. Ta-da! Wow, the question so long. Yes. Actually, at this moment, when you look at the question, it's like, wow, the paragraph like so long, right? But actually, this question is quite easy one. So never judge the question by the number of words. Sometimes the more words it has, the more information. I'm the moderator. Why you are the moderator? I only have 3 moderators here. Okay. Okay, come, let's do this. Okay, show that the height of the cone CXD is 9.75. Whenever you see this kind of shape, you need to use similar triangle. Remember, similar triangle. So this similar triangle is very important concept. Be it in EMath, you'll be using it. In EMath, you always also will be using this similar triangle format. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Although this is a cone, but it will be linked to this shape, like that. So this is 12 and this is 32. The height is 26. So now they ask you to find a small height. I call it H1. Okay. I'm supposed to find the H1. So what I'm going to do is H1 over 26, which is the big height, is equals to the small base 12 over the big base 32. So this is how you form the formula. And then after that, what you do is just cross multiply and solve. So my H1 is 26 times 12 divided by 32 is equals to 9.75 cm. Done. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. My moderator angry already. She get muted already. Okay. Wow. Block eh. Very unlucky, that person. Okay. So the cost of paint needed to paint the curved surface of the bigger cone. Oh, it's a similar solid. Yes. That's why I said similar solids is always this concept is always used. So over here they say the cost of painting of the curved surface area of the bigger cone is $32. The smaller cone is retained as a cover to the container. So what they are trying to tell you is, although they so-called cut off the small cone, but they keep the so-called the smaller cone as the cap of this container. So they also want to paint it, you see. So they also want to paint the smaller cone. So smaller cone, you will have to use, so you see this is surface area, means going to use A1 over A2. So remember today I talked about A1 over A2, right? So we are going to use it again. Okay, so I will put A1 over A2 equals to the length height 1 over height 2, which is the base 1 over, the length, just now this one, 12 over 32. Okay, so 12 over 32. And if I reduce this to the lowest term, square it, I will get 9 out of 64. So that means the area ratio is 9 out of 64. So they say the big one is $32. So I will know 64 unit is $32. So 1 unit will be 32 divided by 64. So I want to find 9 unit, which is a small one. So 9 unit, simply take 32 over 64 times 9. You will get $4.50. Done. Okay, let's move on. CF. Okay, if you don't stop me, I'm going to go fast already. Okay, come. CF, you are supposed to find here. Okay, I use another one. This one. Okay, you are supposed to find this one. CF. So in the question, they got tell me that the curved surface area of the cylinder hole, which is this one, is 120 pi. Can Yong, no problem. Okay, so the length of CF will be using the 120 pi dh equals to 120 pi divided by pi dh equals to 120, and we know that the diameter is 12, so 12h equals to 120, h equals to 10 cm, and we are done. So therefore CF is equals to 10 cm. Okay, I'm going to update the diagram. This is 10 cm, and just now we have this one is 9.75 cm. Okay. Ayo, I think I must do a TikTok video to state what pen I use. Every time student always ask me what pen I use. Okay, let's move on. Any tip on memorizing formula for mensuration? No tip, memorize long. Okay, so let's see. The length of AC. So how am I going to find the length of AC? So what is AC first? Let's look back at the diagram. AC is from here to here. So we're going to use the slant height. So look at the smaller cone. Okay. See even Sam already memorized my pen. Okay, so this this one will be 6 cm My length 1, I don't know what is it, but my H1 is 9.75. So by Pythagoras theorem, I can find my L1, okay? L1 is equals to square root 9.75 square plus 6 square. So we will get 11.4482 cm. Okay, so this is my L1, but I need to find my big L. So I'm going to draw back this shape. So this one I have already, which is 11.4482. Now my task is to find out, this is the one that they asked me to find. But of course I need to find the long one first. So I shall call this L2. Okay, and of course we have these 12 and 32. So how am I going to find this is, let's take a look. The L1 over L2 is the same as the 12 over 32 because they are all length ratio, understand? So it's 3 out of 8. And I have my L1. So I'm going to put 11.4482 out of L2 is equals to 3 out of 8. So to solve L2, I just take L there. I just take 8 multiplied by 11.4482 divided by 3. And I get 30.5285. The cone is curved though, still can use Pythagoras theorem. Why is that so? Yes, it can. Because the center of the cone is right in the middle. When you draw it down and then to the radius, it's actually a right angle triangle. It will still be right angle triangle. You use it even in pyramid, remember? Okay, it's always using Pythagoras theorem. As long as you can form a right angle triangle, although it is a cone. But inside when you draw, there is a right angle triangle and that's the length. So you can still use Pythagoras theorem. Understand? No, you don't have to state that both triangles are similar. Okay? So this is L2, 30 point blah blah blah. But don't forget that this is not the part whereby you need to solve. Because don't forget you need to find this part. So, and I need to say, okay, my AC is supposed to take the long one, which is a 30.5285 minus the short one, 11.4482, and that will give me 19.080. Round it off to 3SF, 19.1 cm. So 3SF. Done. L1 minus L2. L2 minus L1. Should be L2 minus L1. L2, yes, correct. Okay. Lastly, calculate the volume of the open container. So why are they trying to say it's open? Open means because it's hollow, correct? So they already hint you it's hollow. So how are we going to find the volume is, let's look at the diagram again. Volume of the container, it will be the big cone, volume of big cone minus volume of small cone. And don't forget, because you cut out a hollow cylinder, so you need to minus the cylinder as well. So over here, it should be big cone minus small cone minus the cylinder as well. Understand? So let's apply the formula. So I have 1/3 pi r square h minus 1/3 pi r square h. You see, big cone I use big R, big H. Small cone I use small r, small h. Is to let myself know that they are different numbers. The cylinder radius is the same as the radius of the small cone. So I can use a small r. So this is equals minus pi r square h. Oh, I noticed the h is different. So this h I must use, okay, I use h2, this one h1. Because it's different h, if you notice it's different h, cone height is referring to this 9.75. H2 of the cylinder is referring to this height of the cylinder. Okay, so they are not the same height. So when I put H1, H2, it's because it's different number. You must be very careful. Yes, you just put big H and small h. all this is fine. You don't have to, but have to write down the representation of H and H. Just write this way can already. Then after that, just plug in the number, okay? So after that, it will be 1/3. Be careful, they say in terms of pi, means don't use calculator pi, So it's 1/3 pi r square 16, because the diameter is 32, radius is 16. So it will be 16 square, height 26. Teacher Kangie want to punctuate already. Okay, 6 square 9.75 minus pi 6 square and 10. Okay. 加油加油 last question. Okay, so this will be 2218 2/3 pi minus 117 pi minus 360 pi, and that will give us 1741 2/3 pi cm cube. Done. Can? Oh, good. So you see, that's how we find the volume. So I'm going to just put volume equal, and we get the answer. Put in terms of pi, don't round off. Okay, so let's move on. We are at the last question, which is the graph question. Okay. Later my graph, you see, ayo, just now I want to cry already. I use the pen and I draw the graph wrongly. See, correction tape on the graph. You should not do that, bad demonstration. You should be using pencil. But just now I wanted to, because I want to show clearly in the camera, so I go and use pen. So ugly. Can express as 3SF and not mixed number. Where? Which one? Oh, just not that one, Because they put in terms of pi. Every time when they ask for in terms of pi, they want exact value. Okay, so I would prefer to put it in mixed number. If let's say they never say in terms of pi, use calculator pi, then it's okay to put in 3SF. Okay? Curve. Yes, free tuition, free math. Okay, come, let's take a look at this one. So, this one, students say, 2 to the power of x minus 9, they faint. No need to faint. It's just plot points and then after you draw. So, over here, they already give you all the points, except for this part. So, my x is 0. So, all I need to do is, y is equals to 2 to the power of 0 minus 9, because 2 to the power of 0 minus 9. So, it will be 2 to the power of 0 is 1, not 0, careful, 2 to the power of 0 is 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1, so this is 1 minus 9, so it's negative 8. Cannot remember, press the calculator, it will still give you negative 8. Use pencil, then outline with pen. No, use pencil and still use pencil to outline. But you cannot use pen to draw graph. Mine is bad demonstration. I just want to show clearly. Okay, so this one, I know my error is equals to negative 8. Okay, but we will always say, because they say, see here, answer the whole of this question on a single sheet of graph paper. So even though you do the working here, this thing, the answer, you still have to state on your graph paper, understand? Thanks for the like. Okay, let's see. My curve ruler always break. Ayo, then use freehand. I never use curve ruler, I use freehand. Jessie, thanks for the like. Okay, so over here, take a look. So they say very important is when they give us the scale, okay, we have to state. So you see, question 5, scale x-axis 2 cm to 1 unit, y-axis is 2 cm to 5 unit. Always put there to remind myself. Then for this question, they tell me my x is between minus 2 to 5. My y is between minus 10 to 25. So I will have to plan my graph. I remember I got 0 out of 5 because I never write my answer on graph paper. Yes. So of course, a lot of times I'm not so sure. As in one part is for myself, last time I go for O-level, when I take my private O-level, I wrote my answer behind on the blank paper behind. I mean on the graph paper but behind. But some students tell me that their teacher insists that they must write it in the front page. Okay? To be frank, I still prefer to write it behind. Because in front it's like, oh, so messy. You understand? Okay? So again, always ask and clarify with your school teacher. Cher, do we write the answer in the front or behind? Okay? Follow your teacher because they are the one who mark for you, right? But of course, for me, I know that writing behind, it's fine. If I'm not wrong, yeah. Okay, so you need to ask your teacher. Okay, so now let's go on. So you see how I go and plan out. Because I know my x, they asked me to draw from -2 to 5. So I know I need a little bit of negative. So you see my vertical line is more to the left. Then the y, they asked me to draw from -10 to 25. So I need more of the positive. So you can see that I draw the horizontal line lower so that I can have more space for my positive y. So after you plan out, okay, when do you take the O-level? I took my private, my actual O-level was 1998. I took the private 2012. Okay? Okay, so then after that, let's continue. Where am I? I very lost already. Okay, so then after that, with that, let me plot the points. So my points is over here. Okay, when they never mention copy the table, I don't need to copy the table. Okay, so just plot the points. So look at the pencil one. See, this is the curve. This is the curve. I plot the points with a cross. What I did was, I turned over the paper. Okay, remember I teach you all to draw the graph is going upwards is easier. So that's why I turn the paper and then I draw from here up and then, so the first attempt, light pencil. That means draw lightly. Until you confirm the shape, then you draw slightly darker. So you draw the shape up, draw shape up, draw, and draw. And that's how you draw the curve. Understand? Okay, after I plot the curve, we are done with the, let's see, Next, they ask us, okay, by drawing a tangent, find the gradient of the curve at 2 minus 5. So I will go to the point 2 minus 5, which is here, draw the tangent line. So I draw the tangent line already. So student asks how to draw the tangent line. So tangent line, simply just draw a line which touch the point. Cannot find my ruler. Okay? Okay? Draw a line that touch the point 2 minus 5. And then student asks, then how am I going to draw? Is it like that? Okay, see, it's estimate. You can see that when I touch the point, the angle here and angle here is around the same. You see? It's roughly the same. It's only estimate. Then after that, draw the line. After you draw the line, take any 2 points. So I mark out 1 point here, 1 point here. I always write out the coordinates, so that I can find my gradient, which is here. Gradient is y1 minus y2, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. And I get 2.92. Okay? So that's this part. Next, they ask, use your graph to find the range of positive value of x for which the 2x less than 14. Oh, okay, I know why. Okay, I made an error with my graph. Yes. Okay, never mind. I will just redo here. So see, okay, what I did was I go and draw the 14. Now that I notice that there's one more point here. So over here, they say 2x. Don't forget that your graph itself is 2x minus 9. So 2x, I'm going to bring the minus 14 over, become minus 14, 0. So I'm going to change this minus 14 to put minus 9. So it becomes 2x minus 9 minus 5 less than 0. So this is my y. So that means y minus 5 less than 0. Bring the minus 5 over, so y less than 5. So actually this is you need to draw a horizontal line y equals to 5 on the graph. So I did wrongly. So, so ignore my 14. You're supposed to go to the 5. 5. Draw here. Okay, which is over here. So you're supposed to draw the horizontal line. And actually this is the point. So it's 3. Okay, that's why the answer is 3. See here, I forget to see. I want to puncture already. Extend up to here. So it's actually 3.8. I think I will redraw this graph lah, so untidy. So it's 3.8. See here. So this is 3.8. Okay, 0 to 3.8. Okay, 0 to 3.8. I will withdraw the graph, okay, before I send the solution in Telegram channel. Because I just now I draw wrongly. Okay, now next. Okay, this last part, I can tell you 9 out of 10 students always don't know how to do this question. So I'll work it out here. So remember 2x, I'm going to throw everything to the left hand side first. Minus 5x plus 1 is equals to 0. So what I need you to do is, your original graph is y is equals to 2x minus 9. That was your original graph. Okay, so what I want you to do is write this down first. So write 2x minus 9 first. Then you ask yourself, what are the additional terms you need to add in, okay, to balance up to make it the same value. So plus 1 minus 9, I need to plus 10 in order to get plus 1. Then this minus 5x, just bring it down. So this one means it's y plus 10 minus 5x equals to 0. Y is equals to 5x minus 10. So I'm supposed to draw the line for y equals to 5x minus 10. 3 points. So this one I did it correctly. So y equals to 5x minus 10, I need 3 points. So minus 1 minus 15, 0 minus 10, 3 and 5. Plot the 3 points, draw the line. Draw the line, and the line cuts the curve at 2 points, and that will be the points whereby you need. Okay? Over here, this line, 0.5 and 4.45. So this is the 2 answer for the additional line that I draw. Okay, wow, you still so late leh. I'm already at the last question. Okay. So this is how I do the last part. Okay, I'm going to put the value here. Minus 1, minus 15, 0, minus 10, and 3, 5. Okay. But I finished already. This is really the last part of the last question. Okay, so I'm done with this. So I will withdraw this. Sam, I think you don't amend the answer first. You don't amend the answer first. Let me withdraw the graph update. Then I send you this one. I will send you the answer again. Okay, so that's the end of today's TikTok live.